But yeah, let's get to the Demon Slayer, bruh.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, Demon Slayer episode 7, it's called Awful Villain. To sum it up, kinda, it's while Tanjiro is trying to cut Hantengu's neck, he is rudely interrupted by a new foe who is giving him quite a talking to. Meanwhile, the Mist Hashira Tokido is trying to get out of his water prison. Um, so we start off this episode where and this is surprising because I said last week that there was no way we was coming back to Tanjiro and seeing the results of him trying to cut Hentengu's neck off. I thought we'd go like the Tokito or Mitsuri, the Love Hashira, and we come back to this. So, and we see that he's trying to cut Hentengu's neck, and there's also it shows something coming up behind him. He senses something behind him. You want to get into that, Bass?
Yeah, man. Yeah, like you said, I thought we were gonna switch. I was thinking that maybe like the Love Hashira Mitsuri. I definitely thought we were gonna switch from this battle because we've been focused on it maybe the last 3 episodes, I think. But yeah, there was like some dark, like foggy figure behind him, and Tanjiro like sensed him and smelled him. And he was like, "This isn't one of like this isn't anger, joy, pleasure, or sorrow. We got a new player." And he turns around and this little short motherfucker. And he's got the drums, the ring of drums behind his back, which I thought was a really cool visual. We've seen that before with like NL in One Piece, the taiko drums. I don't know if that's like prevalent in like Japanese mythology or lore or anything like that, but to see it separately in 2 different animated, it has to be something going on there. But I thought Hatred was so funny because he's so hypocritical. He's like telling Tanjiro he keeps calling like all the demon slayers like awful villains for picking on the weak, because he was trying to cut off Hantengo's head, when really Tanjiro's like, "Hey, you've eaten like over 200 people, dog. Like, what are you on right now?"
Like, what's up, bro?
Yeah,
what
like,
are you even talking
serious?
about?
Are you actually serious right now? I'm trying to save people. You attacked us. First of all, you attacked us. But yeah, he was. I mean, hatred is a good name from him. Anger is a little bit different than hatred. Obviously, you can just be mad at somebody and not be angry, but hatred is like it's deeper than that. It has passion behind it, a long-lasting passion. You don't just hate something and not constantly hate it, right? So just the way he was going in on Tanjiro and Nezuko and Genya I thought it was funny. I was laughing when he was doing it. I don't know if it was meant to be funny, but I thought it was funny. Like, what was your take on it, dog?
I mean, I thought I kind of laughed a little bit, like you said, just because it's very hypocritical.
It's ridiculous.
But I was like, this man is actually serious. Like, he actually believes the shit that's coming out of his mouth.
1,000% serious.
And I was kind of shocked at that because, like it make sense. Like you're saying that don't try to cut off this weak small thing, but he's obviously not weak and small. I mean,
right. You're part of him. First of all,
here is because of him. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I have the quote right here. "You brutal fiends who torment the weak, atrocious, offensive to the extreme." I'm like, yo, bro, what are you on, dog?
Yeah, chill, bro.
I was literally laughing out loud when he said that shit. I was like, he can't be serious, but he was dead serious. It was very, very ironic. But we actually got to see through Genya's view that anger kind of like fused up. I should say absorbed, because it was a little aggressive.
Through the hands.
Yeah, he absorbed them through the hands. I think he took, what was it? Sorrow, joy, and anger. Sorrow, pleasure. No, joy and sorrow. Excuse me. I'm gonna get it right eventually. He took them by surprise and came up behind them. But Joy recognized what he was doing and was like, "Please, no." Sorrow recognized what he's doing. He's like, "Please, no, I don't want to do this." Like, why do you think that he was so being so dramatic about like fusing together with him.
Well, I think it's one of those situations where um those individuals was finally free to live outside of the main body, Hentengu's body, and that they didn't want to lose that freedom to fuse back into hatred. That's what I think. They're just selfish, you know. They just didn't want to come back, you know, because that
Okay.
meant them losing their freedom, dying, and fusing into this one body. So
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that because they don't get to spend a lot of time like being their own people.
yeah, I think
Um,
they each obviously they each have their own personalities.
oh, for
So
sure.
I think that, you know, with them having their own personalities, they obviously have their own, you know, wants and fears too. And one of them I think is all the same, and that's, you know, not being locked back up. So that's what I thought about it. What about
Okay.
you?
Um, and I thought they might be like a little excited. I don't know if they like lose consciousness or they can like see and hear and like input and what's going on inside that body, but it seems like mostly anger is in control. I wonder if what happens when like say like joy absorbs the rest of them or something like that. Like does he become jubilance? I don't know. Um, but I just don't think they wanted anger in control of them. I think Sorrow would have been less annoyed if it was somebody else. But it seemed like the other emotion demons didn't really like anger
So
because
you
the rest of them
think
seemed fairly happy. You know, like just
yes?
vibing.
So you think that like they're like backwards compatible, kind of like they can each do that thing.
I think so. I think
Yeah,
so.
okay.
Um,
That's interesting. So
because like it wouldn't make sense to me that only anger can do it. You know, I don't think Sorrow like is really would do something like that because he's like a little bit more timid. But I could see Joy or Pleasure doing something like that.
okay, huh?
But
That
I think they like would like turn. I think like their emotions would like just get amplified, like how anger turns into hate. Like maybe sorrow turns into like something completely, you know, more stronger than sorrow.
well, hopefully we don't get to see anything like that. Hopefully, our boys,
What you talking about?
hopefully our boys end up taking hatred down before they're able to switch up, you know, switch up players or whatever. I don't
Oh
know.
no, I'm trying to see that. I want to see that, man.
Tedro's on fumes right now.
Yeah, he's not doing well. They're barely surviving. Him and Kenya are just hanging on by a thread. But I think we will see it. I think we will see them fuse in a different way. We still have a good few episodes to go. I think there's going to be another level that they go to. Um, I think this whole Hantengu thing. I think he's probably going to be the last one to get taken out. I think Gyoko is going to go out first. He seems like less interesting. I think that's why they're probably going to kill him off first, and they're probably going to wrap up with Hantengu because he seems a lot more complicated to kill.
And another thing to going off of what you said about the um personalities having their own mega form or whatever.
Mhm.
Now that they're all absorbed in each other, I think maybe it would be easier for them to just switch out to the other mega form if one of them wanted to take over. I guess you could say, instead of having to absorb them all again or take time to absorb them again. I feel like that they would be able to just switch. You know.
What I think is going to happen is the Hashira are going to come back and they're going to start slicing the heads off again. But then they're going to have to combine again to get stronger again. That's what I think is going to happen. That's why I was saying I think they can fuse into each other in like whatever order. Um, because
And
I don't know. I don't know though. You know,
and
it's so many ways this
there's
could end.
five different demons
Hmm.
with a Hatengu with Hentengu um uh
Included.
counted as
Yeah.
well. Uh Obviously right now hatred has the rest of them confused or whatever except for the little Hentengu. But did you notice that the wood dragons that he conjured, there's five of them, I think, right?
Yeah, there was 5. Yeah, you're right.
So what if those are like one for each one? Like, what if it plays something like that, one for each one, and you have to like kind of cut their heads off or something like that, and his at the same time. And I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Like this, there's a reason why there's only five, and there's five demons. So I
Yeah.
think,
I thought it was. By the way, those wood dragons were really really cool.
yeah,
I thought the animation on those were superb. I think that was CGI. I think it was, but
it's hard to tell though because that shit looks so good. You couldn't tell it was CGI. So
that's true. But yeah, I thought they animated it really well. He was like controlling it with the drums on his back, the taiko drums on his back, and getting them to attack. So I think I think once you get in close to him, he's like pretty easy to deal with. He seems like a range character. But it's gonna be hard for them to get to Hantengu because he is like inside of that like that wood prison or like
sphere, yeah.
shell. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna have to deal with old hatred first in some way to get him to release it.
Hey, Demon Slayer just they just went Naruto, bro. They pulled out
Full
what's his
Hashirama.
name? I forget his name. That sealed.
Hashi.
No. That was over Naruto for that time. That was able to seal him up when he got wild. When Kurama went wild. I
Oh, you
forget his
talking
name. He
about?
died. You know, he ended up dying.
Um,
The one that had the scary looking face.
I know
Man,
who you talking about.
yeah,
He had
yeah.
like the little baby ass wood jutsu.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't remember his name right now. Yeah, he got kidnapped and stuff. But yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
He took
It,
over for Kakashi, remember?
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
I
Great character, by the
I
way. I really
I
enjoyed
wish
him.
I knew his name. I forget it. It's been a while since I watched it, and yeah, I just don't know his name. But
So when we get like formally introduced to so Katuan, the anger, the hatred demon, he almost made Genya passed out, and like I immediately in my mind I was like, bro, the hatred demon is so strong, like he's taking Conqueror's hockey from One Piece right now. Like he made my man weak in the knees. He almost passed out.
yeah, so
It was
I don't really know. I was kind of wondering about that myself. Does the Demon Slayer world have something that's similar to hockey that we're just now diving into? You think?
yeah, I don't know. Like I know the only thing I can think of, which is not this, is when Tanjiro like smells like the hatred or bad blood of a demon. Like he always like turns his nose up. But yeah, he just was giving off that terrible, terrible, nasty aura. And I don't think we had seen them like because even Tanjiro's eyes, we got to see it through his view, and his eyes were like fuzzy, and he was having to like concentrate to be able to like stay awake and not not go unconscious. So yeah, I don't know what we're getting introduced with that, but I'm sure it will come up again. I don't think that's like an anomaly, you know.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if that actually is just related to the hatred demon, or if that's actually a thing that's um that happens that's gonna be though that they're gonna dive more into in a later episode. So
What if he like just hates them so much they almost passed out? That shit would be hilarious.
I mean, still, like you would have to have some type of hockey situation going on in order to pass that feeling on to other people, though, right?
Big true, big true.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's wild up in here.
Yeah. Uh it really is. It's getting nuts. But we go back to the Miss Hashira, and he's trying to escape that water prison that Jug he's in. The vase, and he can't get out. He has one more, a breath left for one more move, and he can't get through. It's breathing, misbreathing form number one. It's like just a thrust attack, and it's not enough. And then was that what was the younger sort Kotetsu? Was that him who was trying to help him get out of that bubble?
Um, yeah, that was the younger swordsmith that
Yeah.
was upset because Tokido was destroying the doll, earlier on.
Hmm.
That was the same one, and And what Bass is talking about is that he come up out of nowhere and just started like trying to slice open the water vase, and which obviously it's not gonna work because even the first form of Tokido couldn't get it done. So how is this little kid gonna get it done? So
with the
I
fucking
mean,
steak knife.
yeah, I
I thought
mean,
that
come
shit
on
was
now.
funny. Yeah. I was thinking maybe he was gonna break it because maybe it was weak from the outside,
Yeah, maybe.
but no, that was not the case. He ends up getting sliced up by like this scorpion looking little fish demon, which I love when these things start roaming around because they look so funny. But he gets sliced up pretty bad, and uh Tokido Tokito actually says it was like a killing blow that he suffered to like the middle of his chest or abdomen. So I really
Yeah.
hope our boy does not die. I hope they can like cauterize that or something. But
Well, I think that he said it was a killing blow and they should put pressure on it, blah blah blah. But I honestly think that with his last few breaths, we see him go over there and like transfer air to Tokido inside the bubble and or vase, the water vase, and I really do think that that was his dying breath. I think that was the end for oh
mm,
boy. So honestly,
such a good kid too. Such a good kid.
but
Uh,
yeah, he got the breath transferred to him, and then he was able to do. Are you familiar with the move he did? I forget what he did.
yeah, so it was mist breathing second form seven shades of mist, 7 layers of mist, which is pretty much like just a bunch of slashes, a little bit stronger than
Much
form one. Yeah, and
Yeah, much stronger.
yeah, and so he breaks right through once he can do that. And as you guys know, it's like that's a demon slayer's biggest strength is their breathing. They have to have good breathing to be able to do those moves. So he finally gets him out of there, and we cut to the inside of the shack where Mister Haganazuka is sharpening, I guess, polishing that 300-year-old sword. And let me tell you, bro, his focus was unmatchable. Unmatchable. Um, Gyoko's like slashing him in the back. He doesn't even like feels, he doesn't even feel it. He's still talking about the sword in his head, being smooth with it. And it really pisses off Gyoko. I thought this was an awesome scene. Because Gyoku, like one, he recognized his artistry and his level of commitment. And Gyoku's like, I've never had that level of focus. And he could have killed him at any point, right? He's pretty much defenseless. He's not even paying attention to anything else except for that sword and that oil. And he's like, no, it's not good enough to kill this man. I gotta break his focus. I need this to stop. I need to be the reason this stops. And he just can't do it. What'd you think about that scene, dude?
I mean, it just goes to show you that this Gyoko, he's just like he's like possessed. Like he doesn't make sense. He doesn't operate like a normal person. Like he's just crazy. And
Yeah.
instead of just like killing, he knows that whatever he's working on must be important, but instead of getting rid of it and getting rid of the person working on it, he just wants to make him break focus, and that's obviously going to be his downfall because he's given Tokido time to formulate a plan and save him, because I think Haganazuka is about done with that sword, and
It looked like
and
it.
we seen our boy Tokido complaining that his sword was all chipped, and that's the reason why he couldn't really get out with that first breathing form. So what if Tokido gets that sword? Yeah, we all thought it would go to Tanjiro, but what if he gets it first?
Bro, I really
And
hope Tanjiro gets it though. I know
so
it
I don't
doesn't look
know,
like he's going to.
but it's wild because it's wild that he can stay doing it even though he's being attacked that hard. So
Yeah, he's getting all sliced up, multiple cuts to the back, neck, and shoulder, and he doesn't give a fuck. I almost forgot it was Mr. Haganazuka in that shack because I forgot he was so swole now. He actually gets the mask cut off his face, and it's the first time we see the face of one of the swordsmiths. And I thought that was really cool. And I think any other swordsmith would have eased up after that because I think their masks are kind of sacred to them.
Yeah, I think at this point, he's just, he feels extremely bad because his past swords have been like low quality, and Tandro has been breaking them easily. I think that he wants to do a really good job on this sword, because he knows it's such a good quality, and he needs to surpass, his past works, and work hard, and he had to gain that muscle to do that. So
Oh yeah. And like he also mentions that like there's only one character on the sword. He's like, why didn't this man put his name on this sword? This sword's amazing. And then he's like, I don't think if they ever reveal what the character is during the episode,
no,
but all of
but
a sudden, Hagana Zuka like gets it. He's like, this sword was made for one purpose and one purpose only. I have to make this happen.
and
Um,
it's gonna be wild because I think we won't learn the character, the name of it or whatever until it's being put in whoever is gonna get its hands, and then we'll actually figure out what it said, and I think it'll be a very fun meaning. So
it should be a pretty big impact. I really hope Tanjiro gets it, but I think the Miss Hashira needs it a little bit more right now. Um, I don't think he can cut the neck off Gyoko how that sword is right now that he has in his hands. It's all chipped up, battered, and bruised.
what do you think about Tokido being like, please send help, or who's gonna help me? I'm the strongest one. There's no one stronger than me. What do you think about that? He kind of got a little bit confidence going on, even though he was dying.
I think it's arrogance. I would go with the side of arrogance, thinking you're the strongest. I think anytime my dad always taught me there's always gonna be somebody better than you than at everything. And that's just true. There's 8 billion people on this planet. The chances of me being the best at anything is very, very low. Or else I'd probably be
Hey,
famous for something.
hey, you're the best at being you, bro.
Oh, that's so nice. um, but yeah, but like whenever he says that, like, oh, I'm the strongest. Who can help me? I like the fact it was Kotetsu who came and
Yeah,
helped him. The boy who really can't help anybody right now. Couldn't even defend his doll from this man, yet he came back and gave him his breath of life that he needed to live.
yeah.
I thought it was really interesting how Tanjiro was the person to appear to the Miss Hashira to talk to him. And like I didn't understand why that was until the very end of the episode. Um, but yeah, I mean, what did you think about him saying he was the strongest?
I mean, it
I don't
just
think it's true either. Sorry, go ahead.
I I don't really think it's true either, but I think it's just showing you that the way he thinks, and I think that his way of thinking is going to change. Just like you mentioned, Tandro showing up to him in his little hallucination thing. Um, I think that Tandro has been the driving force of change for him, and that's the reason why Tandro showed up uh, at that time, which he later transformed into what we found out that it was actually his father. And he was like, well, that's why I was seeing Tandro, because he reminded me of my father's eyes. They both had the same shade of eyes, the red shade of eyes. um so I think Tandro is actually playing a big part in his changing, and I think that we're actually seeing him realize that he may think he's the strongest, but look at what shape he got in, and look who had to save him, the weakest one of
Right.
the Swordsmith village. So it was pretty wild.
Yeah, I thought that's really good for the Miss Hashira, um, Tokito. Um, but what I think the reason is that he thought that he was the strongest was because his whole mind is shrouded in mist anyway. I think that's a part of the reason why he's the Miss Hashira. He doesn't have a memory. He doesn't really pay attention to anything else. But so you have to be aware of what's going on around you not to know that you're the best, right? Of course you're gonna think you're the shit. You don't pay attention to anybody else. So it made sense that he thought that. Now that I'm thinking about it right now, but I thought it was just arrogance. I think it's more ignorance than arrogance. Now that I thought about it.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see the change that's gonna happen with his personality as he starts to remember things, and as Tanjiro, his personality and lifestyle takes effect on Tokito. So
Yeah, and like you said, Miss Hashira's father has the same red eyes as Tanjiro's. Like, I mean, could they be like related? I think that's a possibility at this point.
I mean, they when it showed them, they kind of like
They look
they
really
kind of look
similar.
similar. So it's definitely a possibility because we don't know a whole lot about Tanjiro's past. So I don't know. Maybe it's like in-laws, cousins, or
Yeah, it seems
uh,
like he was like maybe he's like a part of like a bigger clan of people that they just didn't know about because they live in the mountains.
yeah. So I don't know. He definitely didn't look like Tokido, and obviously Tanjiro and Tokido don't look the same. But I don't know. It's something to keep it. It's something to watch out for
Hell
going
yeah.
on. So
Cool, cool. Anything else you got for this episode?
I don't think so. I think that old Tokido is gonna make easy work out of the vase man Gyoko is what I
Oh, I think
think.
it's a wrap. Oh, I think
So
it's an absolute. He's about to pack him the fuck up. Uh, I also want him to get those Sinbon out of his face. It's really creeping me out at
yeah,
this point. But that's the
I don't
last
know
thing I'm gonna
why he
say.
ain't got him out yet. So
Dude, that shit's so nasty.
uh,